Death penalty. Does the evidence support its continued use? By Nico, Rocco, Cameron, Kenneth, and CJ. Does the evidence support its continued use? An evidence-based examination of the capital punishment. The questions that we will answer during the slideshow consist of: can a justice system guarantee innocent people are never executed? Does the death penalty deter violent crime? Is it worth the financial cost? And lastly, is it applied fairly?
So, one of the biggest arguments for the death penalty is that it prevents people from committing murder. The idea is that if the punishment is severe enough, people will be less likely to commit those violent crimes. But when we looked at the research, we found that the evidence isn't very convincing. In 2012, the National Research Council reviewed decades of studies and concluded that there isn't enough reliable evidence to say whether the death penalty increases, decreases, or has no effect on homicide rates. We also found that 88% of leading criminologists don't believe that the death penalty significantly deters murder. And on top of that, many states without the death penalty have homicide rates that are similar to or even lower than states that still have it. So, based on the research, there isn't clear evidence that the death penalty prevents violent crime any better than life imprisonment.
Building off of what Nico was just explaining, during our research, we asked ourselves one question: does the evidence support the continued use of the death penalty? We weighed out four issues: wrongful convictions, deterrence, cost, and fairness. After looking at that research, our team concluded the evidence does not consistently support it.
Um, to break down the financial costs of the death penalty, with our research, we discovered that it's actually very expensive, and for the death penalty, it can cost 2 to 5 times more than lifetime imprisonment. And incarcerating people who are sentenced to death requires 2 to 3 times more resources than average prisoners. And those are kind of the two main financial points that show how much it actually costs. And that's also going to include how long the court trials go on. So capital cases can take a lot longer and incur much higher trial and appeal costs than non-capital costs. So you're looking at more costs in the court as well. And the graph on the right just shows this. So we see a lot of death penalty cases costing over that $1 million mark, and that's just incredibly high for compared to lifetime imprisonment.
So what we can learn from all of our research is to let our evidence lead us to make decisions, not our emotions. Support and defend a position. So basically, like I was just saying, an opinion only persuades when it's backed by credible data. So again, we have to make sure we're having evidence before we make our decisions. Thinking long term and strategically. So how's this decision going to withstand in 5, 10 years? How's it going to look then? And will there be some damages there? And then lastly is questioning assumptions. Culture of inquiry means asking, does this actually hold up, for accepting a familiar answer?
So bringing a strategic mindset to work. This project reinforced a way of thinking we can use far beyond the classroom. After this assignment is clear how important gathering evidence before deciding is. This also taught us to question the familiar answer instead of copying it and staying open to changing our mind when the facts demand it. And a quote we chose to go along with this was, what will this decision look 5 years from now?
And these are our references where we took all our data from and made our conclusion on whether or not the death penalty should be utilized. Thank you guys for watching. That's it.